Hey, Caroline, why are you still up? It is too late right now.
What's up? Please tell quickly. I'm occupied at the moment.
Why are you still awake at this hour?
It's none of your business. Why did you interrupt me?
I just wanted to know how you're doing. I know it's been tough since Dad passed away and it happened so suddenly.
Yeah, I'm fine. Can I get back to what I was doing?
Hold on, what are you doing now? Please reply me. After 30 minutes. Caroline, what on earth are you doing right now? I can't believe you're out partying. It hasn't just been a week since our dad's passing.
What? Who told that?
Let's ask your stupid friends about that. They're streaming on social media. Did you join them in drinking as well?
That does not concern you. Can you just leave me alone?
You're hanging out with people who are smoking, drinking alcohol, and God knows what not.
Why do you even care? You can't tell me what I should do. Stop acting like my mother.
Wait, are you really drunk? Unbelievable. You're not old enough to drink alcohol.
You have to impose your boring thoughts on everyone else.
You have to be ashamed of your selfishness. Our father passed away just a week ago, and all you're concerned about is your party and alcohol.
People pass away. It's a part of life. If you want to grieve, find a corner and cry alone. Just don't ruin my party.
After all, he was your father.
I've grieved, but I can't spend all my time crying like you do. I have other priorities in my life, but you wouldn't understand that, would you? So, please, don't bother me. I'm trying to have a good time hosting this party.
Hold on a minute. Are you the one organizing the party? Is that what you use my credit card for?
Ha ha, you're so naive.
How will you repay all this money? You don't even have a job.
Don't fret. I'll reimburse you when I receive the inheritance Dad left for me. Now give back the piece to me, and let me enjoy the party.
I hope you have a good time. It's going to be unforgettable. 3 hours later.
Damn it. Did you cause this?
What are you talking about?
The police?
I hope you enjoy the surprise, little sister. How's the party going?
I can't believe you reported us to the authorities. Did you forget that I'm your little sister?
Do you also remember that our father recently passed away? I simply believed that if a group of underage kids were having a wild party with alcohol, the authorities should be aware of it, so I informed them.
How did you even find our address?
You have to ask your friends who post everything on social media.
I'll definitely tell Mom about this.
Are you attempting to threaten me? It is nonsense.
Just wait and see, you wicked person. I'll make sure you know your place.
Yes, before you do that, don't forget to return my credit card and the money you spent on the party. The next day. What the hell you're doing? You're acting recklessly. Mom, what's going on? How could you endanger your little sister like that? Have you completely lost your senses? Carolyn talked to you, didn't she? Of course, she told me. Otherwise, how would I have found out about these risky actions you're taking? Before calling me an idiot, do you know what Caroline did? What wrong things did she do? She used alcohol and cigarettes, though she is not old enough. Are you certain that's what occurred? Or are you attempting to blame her because you're envious of her? Jealous of Caroline? Why on earth would I be? It's clear, because she's always been more attractive than you and people have consistently preferred her. I'm not that childish. You can't know how miserable she had to suffer after your dad's death. She is so miserable that she's out partying with her friends, right? That's because you can't see beyond your envy. Oh dear, you'll find any excuse to favor your favorite child, won't you? Come on, this is not. It's about you and your sister's reputation. Do you consider what people would think if she had been caught yesterday? You're concerned about what people would think? Even if she got in trouble, it wouldn't be my fault. She'd be facing consequences for her own choices. You do realize the legal drinking age is 21, right? She is not old enough to do so. Don't try to make excuses. You're just a selfish older sister who's envious of her. Jealous? Please. I don't even care about her beauty standards. How can you speak about my daughter like that? I believe that I've done nothing wrong. I know that both you and Caroline hate me. You ungrateful wretch. Leave our house right now. I disown you. Just another reason to kick me out, right? So you and your beloved daughter can live without my interference in your lives. I understand that you never cared about me. You never have. Only Caroline is your daughter. Only Dad was the one who took care of me in this family. Now that he's gone. Don't pretend anymore. I disgust you. Save your tears for crying on the streets. That won't be necessary because I have a job and can find my own place. Whatever. Just leave my house. You have until tomorrow to move out. I hope I don't need to remind you again. Sure, I'll leave. I'll be relieved to go. I'd rather live alone than with two people like you and Caroline. You deserve to be treated like that? After a month. What's the hell going on, Hannah? It seems that you received my notice. Why is this happening? It's hilarious. Your cognitive ability is getting worse with the time. Don't beat around the bush anymore. What's this all about? It's a notice for you and your daughter to move out the house, Mom. Do you think we're foolish enough to leave just because of your notice? No, you'll leave because I own the house now. That's a nice joke, but I'm not falling for it. Did something happen to your head? What makes you think that? Oh, so you do not know yet. Not know of what? Have you ever seen Dad's will, Mom? Dad's private lawyer has just contacted me and talked about the will.
I spoke to the lawyer about it, but didn't go into specifics. Why?
Well, you must not have known that Dad left his entire inheritance to me. What? Repeat? What are you saying? I just mean that you won't receive a single dollar from his inheritance. And also, the house belongs to me. How is that even possible? Why would he leave everything to you? I guess we cannot find out why, and I want everyone out of the house within a week. That is the last favor for you and your little daughter. What? This is very urgent. How do we organize everything? Did you care about where I'd go when you kicked me out of the house and disowned me? So why should I care now? Perhaps you should ask your beloved daughter to get a job. That would help you all find money for a new place. You can't force us to leave the house. We will not do so. I don't care. It's your business. After a week? Why are your and Caroline's belongings still here? I've already informed you to leave within a week, right? I've told you that we're not leaving no matter what. Are you serious? I need to move back in, so please remove your things from the house. I've told you we're staying. You can move back, but we won't leave this house soon. My godness! Now you're going to make me live with you? Believe whatever you want, but we're not going anywhere. This is our house. Okay, let's do what you want. I will see how this goes. 3 days later. What the hell, Caroline? Did you steal my bag inside my room?
You finally wake up, huh? I did that a couple hours ago when you were deeply asleep.
I don't have time for your silly games. I'm running late for work. I'll talk to you later.
Sorry, but that's not going to happen.
What on earth are you saying?
You are so stupid.
Don't challenge me. Just explain why you've stolen such an expensive bag of mine, my house.
I still can't understand why Dad left all the inheritance to you instead of me. Why do you think he did that?
Don't divert the topic. You must give the bag back to me.
I already told you. That's not going to happen. This bag is mine at least until next week.
Bye. What? Are you crazy? Stop this madness, Caroline. Otherwise, you have to pay a costly lesson for this. Respond to me. 2 hours later. Do you realize your silly daughter has taken one of my expensive bags?
Oh, yes. So what do you want to mention? You shouldn't be so surprised. I did promise to make your stay comfortable.
This is getting completely out of hand, Mom. I allowed both of you to stay in the house out of kindness, but you've made things a mess. Attempting to take my personal belongings, disrupting my work meetings. You and Caroline truly crossed the line with this. This shouldn't even be your house. I don't know how you got the house in your name, but I'll ensure I reclaim it from you. You can't, Mom. It's explicitly mentioned in Dad's will that all the inheritance belongs to me. I can't believe your father would betray me like this. There must be a reason why Dad did so, but that's not important now. It's about time you end your foolish schemes, or I'll have no choice but to evict you and your daughter from the house. All you do is threaten us. I'd like to see you attempt to remove us. Just wait and see. What's that supposed to mean? After a week.
How could you possibly do this to us?
You got what you deserve. I repeatedly warned you to stop bothering me while you were living in my house.
I can't believe you called the police.
I've done nothing wrong here. This is my house, so I have the right to deport you. You should have told me what you do. I want to live in peace with you and Mom under my roof, but you insisted on making me suffer, so be it. How did it feel to be at the police station?
Don't mess with me, silly girl. You must regret doing this.
I don't care about your empty threats. I hope not to see your face at my house anymore. From now on, you have to be responsible for yourself and Mom.
You really thought that you could beat us by kicking us out of the house?
Caroline, what do you want? I have more important things to do than listen to your insults. And I don't want to hear your apology either. It won't change my mind about letting you back into my house.
Oh, please. We don't need you or your house. We can temporarily afford to stay at the hotel before finding a new house. By the way, I have taken your credit card with me. Thank you in advance.
What? Did you take my credit card without permission? That's illegal.
You're careless. Unluckily, you cannot know where I am right now.
I can't believe it. Stealing things from my house. Seriously?
Oh, you're no fun. Let's take it simple. I borrow your money and I'll repay you when I get a job. Normally, older sisters will always help their younger siblings when they are in trouble, right?
I'm not willing to do so. Don't tell me you've used my credit card for shopping, huh? Are you losing your mind? Wait, what have you done to my credit card?
I just borrow you $200,000 to buy some clothes. I would have bought you a gift, but they don't sell anything for ugly witches like you.
$200,000? Seriously? Did you buy up the entire store or something? Who in their right mind spends $200,000 on clothes?
Just because you don't have a good fashion sense doesn't mean others don't. Please let me enjoy my shopping.
You mean my money? Hey, Caroline, reply me. 5 hours later.
How crazy you are. Is this what you've been scheming all along?
What are you referring to?
Quit pretending. The police arrested Caroline, and I believe you've done something. You must fix this mess.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Why was she arrested?
She was arrested for fighting with the staff at the clothing store. It's because of you.
She fought with a clothing store staff. How can that be my fault? Are you suggesting I forced her to fight with them?
She called and informed me that she was shopping with your credit card. However, you locked it. If you hadn't done that, it wouldn't have led to this situation.
Well, this is on me. It's my own money your daughter is spending recklessly. And now it's my responsibility for her crime?
I don't care. You're the one responsible for all of this, and you'll be the one to help her get out.
Why should I do that?
She's your younger sister, Hannah.
Oh, please. I'm the older one, but that doesn't mean I have to take responsibility for her mistakes. Then, by that logic, you're also my mother. But have you ever taken care of me when I needed it? What were you doing back then? Protecting your beloved daughter when she's in the wrong, just like you're doing now?
I don't want to hear anything. You're the one who needs to help her out. That's all I know.
I can't believe you're still backing her up. She took my credit card first and then fought with other people when she could not pay for her. Clothes! That's nonsense. Do you even know how much money that is? Up to $200,000. You couldn't know how hard I worked to earn it.
Don't waste any more time. Just go and get your sister out of jail.
I have said no. And you should tell her to prepare for some legal consequences. 2 weeks later.
Can you please help us, Hannah?
Once more. Aren't you tired of always chasing me around?
It's a serious matter, and I really need your help.
Please, just give me peaceful space, Mom.
If we don't pay enough compensation, Caroline will be sentenced to 6 months. The judge was prepared to address her case as it was her initial felony, but your report about the stolen credit card only worsened our situation. Moreover, we're responsible for the expenses resulting from the harm Caroline caused to the staff.
It's not we, Mom. You're the one responsible for the fine.
Please help us one another time. I have no idea where I get that kind of money. I'm barely covering my rent and other stuffs with my little savings.
I don't really care. Do whatever you want. Just give me some space.
You're my daughter, and I know you have the means. They'll increase her sentence by 3 months if I can't pay the fine. You know how hard it is to live in prison for up to 6 months, even a single day. This is not to mention an additional 3 months if I can't pay would be incredibly tough for her.
Do you really think I'm concerned about that?
Please, I need the money, and I believe I deserve a portion of the inheritance your father left you. After all, I was his wife.
I don't think that's going to happen. Please, just stop bothering me. Later that night. Mom, did you just come into my house?
Oh, you're awake. I thought you were asleep.
Why were you on my porch so late at night? Did you attempt to break in?
No, I just came to have a conversation with you.
Are you serious?
Why do you know?
Mom, I have that camera in my house, so don't try to do any wrongdoing. By the way, what were you coming to my home for?
Your home? This is just silly. How on earth did this happen? Why did he leave his inheritance on you over his wife?
You genuinely have no idea why Dad left everything to me?
You've known the reason all along and never told me?
No, just a short time ago. I was also curious about it, so I investigated the matter. And guess what I discovered?
What?
Don't act as if you didn't know why Dad did so.
I truly don't understand. What are you saying?
That you had an affair with his friend, and Caroline isn't his child. That's why he left the inheritance to his sole daughter, me.
What? He knew?
Oh, so it's true. Wow, you're truly unbelievable. Is this why you always showed favor to Caroline over me?
It was a terrible mistake.
And you kept this secret for over 2 decades.
I'm so sorry. Please help me, Hannah.
If you ever attempt to enter my home again illegally, I'll ensure you end up in a prison cell next. To your daughters, do you understand?
I just want to apologize for all I have done to you. I want my daughter back. Please grant me one final opportunity.
Does Caroline know her birth father?
No, I never disclosed it to her.
Indeed, you didn't. I'll make it easier for you. I'll tell her.
No, please don't. It would break her.
She deserves to know. Regardless of our differences, what's right is right. And by the way, don't try to ask for my help anymore. Caroline needs to take responsibility for what she did to become more mature. Even following that incident, my mother tried to reach out to me multiple times, but we never met in person. As time passed, she stopped troubling me and began to struggle to make ends meet. She couldn't afford to pay Caroline's fine, leading to an additional 3 months added to her sentence. I went to see Caroline in prison and revealed the truth to her. She was profoundly hurt by being kept in the dark for 2 decades. As for me, I invested a significant portion of my inheritance in charity. Hope that members of a family always take care of others and live peacefully together.
Hey, Ms. Thompson, can I have a moment of your precious time?
What is it now, Lily? Can't you see I'm busy trying to get through this pile of papers?
I know. I just want to ask you something. Have you ever wondered why no one takes you seriously?
Lily, I don't have time for your games. I have a job to do, unlike you.
Oh? The job of being the most boring, ineffective teacher in the history of education? It must be tough. Right?
You think you're so clever, don't you? Constantly disrupting my class, making it impossible for anyone to learn. You're the reason no one takes me seriously.
Oh, come on, Ms. Thompson. I'm just trying to liven things up around here. I must say, your classes are like watching paint dry?
You think it's fun to make my life miserable? You have no idea what it's like to be on the receiving end of constant disrespect and humiliation.
Ha ha ha. You really don't get it, do you? It's not about you, Ms. Thompson. It's about the power I feel when I can make your life miserable. You are weak, and I enjoy exploiting that weakness. Hey, have you ever stopped considering why you're such a failure as a teacher?
Failure? How could you say such a word to me? Just another cruel remark to add to the countless others that have plagued my existence.
It's not just my opinion, Ms. Thompson. It's the general consensus. Your teaching methods are archaic, and your inability to command respect is laughable.
Laughable? You have no idea what it feels like to stand in front of a classroom, day after day, facing a barrage of insults and mockery. Your words cut deeper than you can ever comprehend.
Maybe, if you actually taught us something worth learning, we wouldn't mock you. But, no, you choose to regurgitate the same lifeless lessons year after year.
It's not as simple as you make it out to be, Lily. The system is against me. The expectations suffocate my creativity. I'm suffocating, can't you see?
Oh. Poor Ms. Thompson. The eternal victim. Ha ha ha. Well, maybe it's time you stopped wallowing in self-pity and started fighting back? Show us that you have a spine.
Fighting back? Against what? Your endless tide of disrespect? Every day, a piece of my soul crumbles away, and you contribute to its demise.
You know what, Ms. Thompson? You're right. Maybe you're just not cut out for this. Your weakness is like an open invitation for us to trample all over you.
Weakness? You think I'm weak? I chose this profession to make a difference, to shape young minds. But all I've become is a punching bag for your amusement.
And what difference have you made, Ms. Thompson? Besides being a cautionary tale of how not to be a teacher, your legacy will be one of failure and incompetence.
Stop. Just stop. Your words, They cut like knives. Do you take pleasure in tearing down those who are already broken?
Pleasure? Not really. But I think you need to be woken up from your self-imposed slumber. Maybe then you'll realize the damage you're causing.
Damage. Yes, my damage is having a student like you.
So what you gonna do to me? Are you going to cry and call my parents and then kick me out of the school? Do you really have the courage to do that? Well, honestly, I think the person who really have to go is you. We deserve better. We deserve a teacher who inspires us, who challenges us to reach our full potential. Not being coward like you.
That's enough. We'll talk about this later. Now it's time for class.
Well, it isn't Miss Thompson, the master of mediocrity? You haven't gone yet?
Spare me your insults, Lily. I'm here to teach, not to engage in this pointless banter. And you are nothing that I have to obey.
Pointless banter? Oh, no, Miss Thompson, this is far from pointless. I'm simply reminding you of your inadequacy as an educator.
I had enough of your relentless mockery and disrespect. It's time you learn some manners and show me the respect I deserve.
Respect is earned, Ms. Thompson. And so far, you've done nothing to earn it.
You think you're so clever, don't you? But all you do is disrupt the class and hinder the learning experience for others.
Don't say that. Everyone is working so hard, don't you see?
Maybe you don't. Because you don't really care about our studying, right? Do you have any idea what it feels like to be constantly belittled, to dread coming to work every day?
It's not my responsibility to care about your feelings. Ms. Thompson, you're the one who chose this profession, yet you're incapable of commanding any respect.
I chose this profession to make a difference, to inspire young minds. But instead, I find myself dealing with a disrespectful student who takes pleasure in tormenting me.
Tormenting you? That's a bit dramatic, don't you think? I'm just highlighting your incompetence as an educator. Don't you ever say you're welcome to receive our suggestions on your teaching? Yeah, I've already given them to you. Sincerely. But frankly speaking, if you weren't so pitiful, I wouldn't have to stoop to such measures.
Stooping to such measures? Is that how you justify your behavior? You're not enlightening anyone. You're simply fueling a toxic environment where learning becomes impossible.
Toxic environment? How ridiculous. Well, perhaps if you were more engaging, if you actually cared about your students, we wouldn't resort to these tactics. You've brought this upon yourself, Ms. Thompson.
I've tried to connect with you and the other students, Lily, but it's difficult when all I receive in return is mockery and disdain.
Trying? Your feeble attempts are laughable, Ms. Thompson.
Your words may sting, but they won't break me. I will continue to do my best to provide you with an education, regardless of the obstacles you throw my way.
We'll see about that, Ms. Thompson. I thrive on challenges, and I won't rest until you understand the consequences of your ineptitude. Consider this a warning.
Few days later, Miss Thompson decides to talk to the principal. I can't believe I have to deal with that child again today.
What happened this time, Miss Thompson?
Recently, I have been facing my fear at school. She is my mischievous student. Almost every day, she's been insulting me constantly, making my classroom a living nightmare. I don't know how much more I can take.
Insulting you? That's completely unacceptable. We need to address this immediately. Have you spoken to her parents?
I haven't because I thought I could handle it. But I was wrong. She is beyond her limit now. Her behavior, it's affecting the entire class. The other students are losing focus, and I fear their education is suffering because of her constant disruptions.
We can't let this bad behavior continue. It's time to involve the parents more seriously. I'll schedule a meeting with them to discuss the severity of the situation.
Thank you, Principal Anderson. I hope they finally understand the consequences of their child's actions.
It's been an uphill battle trying to maintain a positive learning environment. I assure you, Ms. Thompson, we'll do everything we can to resolve this issue. It's not fair to you or the other students to endure such disrespect. We'll get through this together.
Several days later, the meeting with the parents takes place.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Brown. Thank you for coming in today. I wanted to discuss a matter concerning your daughter, Lily.
What's this all about, teacher? We're busy people, you know?
I understand, Mrs. Brown. The reason I asked you to come in is because Lily has been engaging in disruptive behavior in class. Over the past few weeks, your daughter has been consistently insulting me, disrupting the class, and undermining my authority.
That's absurd. Our Lily would never do such a thing. You must be mistaken.
I assure you, she has said such horrible things to me almost every day she goes to class.
Oh, come on. She's just a child. Kids say things sometimes. It's not a big deal.
It is a big deal when her words cause harm to me and her classmates. It's affecting their learning environment and their well-being.
We must emphasize the seriousness of this situation. Insulting and disrespecting a teacher is not acceptable behavior under any circumstances.
It's essential that you address this issue with your daughter.
Look, she's just being playful. It's all harmless teasing. She's a 15-year-old kid. She doesn't mean any harm.
Excuse me? Harmless teasing? You say that calling me by my name, ridiculing my teaching methods, and belittling other students is far from harmless. Is it harmless teasing? It's deeply hurtful and creates a hostile environment.
Well, maybe, if you were a better teacher, she wouldn't feel the need to act out.
Mrs. Brown, that is an unfair accusation. Ms. Thompson is a highly qualified and dedicated teacher. Your daughter's behavior is not a reflection of her teaching ability.
Excuse me, Mrs. Brown, but I find your accusation quite offensive. I assure you, I have years of experience and a track record of success with my teaching methods. Your daughter's behavior is solely her responsibility, and it's time you accept that fact.
Don't you dare blame our daughter. She's an angel at home. It's your lousy teaching that's driving her to act out in your pathetic excuse for a classroom.
Your daughter's behavior has been disruptive and disrespectful towards both me and her classmates. It's unacceptable, and I won't tolerate such behavior in my classroom. Instead of pointing fingers, perhaps you should take some responsibility for her actions.
How dare you accuse us of being irresponsible parents? We've raised her properly, unlike you, who clearly can't handle a classroom full of children. Maybe you need to attend a teaching workshop or two.
I assure you, I've attended numerous professional development workshops to improve my teaching skills. However, it seems that your daughter lacks the discipline and respect that should have been instilled at home. I expect your cooperation in addressing this issue.
We don't need your condescending lectures on parenting. Thank you very much. We demand that you figure out a way to control our daughter's behavior, or we'll be reporting you to the school board.
Threats won't solve this problem, Mrs. Brown. I'm doing everything in my power to manage the classroom effectively, but your daughter's behavior requires your involvement as well. It's time for you to step up as parents.
We've had enough of your excuses and blaming us for your failures. We demand that you find a solution, or we'll make sure you regret the day you ever crossed paths with our family.
Your aggressive and disrespectful attitude, only reinforces the behavior your daughter is exhibiting. It's clear where she gets it from. I'll be documenting our conversation and your threats. Rest assured, I'll be involving the school administration to address this matter appropriately.
Go ahead and play your little power games, but we won't back down. Our lawyer will be in touch, and we'll see who comes out on top.
If you choose to involve legal action, I will defend my professionalism and my commitment to providing a safe and conducive learning environment. It's regrettable that we couldn't find common ground for the sake of your daughter's education.
Okay, please calm down, Mrs. Brown. Let's calmly find the solution to this serious issue.
We don't have anything to say to that teacher. How could she say those words to my little daughter? I don't want to negotiate anymore. My child is innocent, and all she said was a lie.
The next day, Miss Thompson enters the classroom, trying to maintain composure. Good morning, class. Let's settle down and start the day, shall we?
Oh great, here comes Ms. Perfect. Can't wait to see you today.
Sarah, we had a meeting yesterday with your parents to address your disrespectful behavior. I was hoping we could move forward and have a more respectful and productive day.
I know. They told me.
What did they say to you?
They punish me, ground me, and take away my privileges.
They really did that to you?
I can't believe you are easily deceived. Ha ha ha. Oh, did you really think I would change just because Mommy and Daddy had a little chat with you? Newsflash, Ms. Thompson, they couldn't care less about what you said about me.
Well, it turns out that both you and your parents behave in that way. Disrespecting me won't bring you any benefits, and it certainly won't make your education any easier.
Whatever. I'm not here to learn from you. I'm just here to have a good time and show everyone how much of a joke you are.
Your constant disrespect and attempts to belittle me are not going to discourage me from fulfilling my duty as your teacher. My goal is to fix your bad behavior, even if you don't appreciate it right now.
Oh, fix my behavior? I'm not a living robot, and not easily be fixed by you, which...
It seems that there is no way to change your attitude anymore. All right, let's wait for the final announcement from the school. It's clear that we're unable to find a constructive resolution to this issue. Given the gravity of your daughter's behavior, and your refusal to take responsibility for her actions, I believe it's in the best interest of the entire school community to consider the possibility of expulsion.
Expulsion? You can't be serious. This is an outrageous overreaction on your part. Our daughter has a right to an education, and we won't allow you to take that away from her.
The severity and frequency of your daughter's disruptive behavior have created an environment that is detrimental to the learning experience of her classmates. The school has a duty to ensure a safe and productive learning environment for all students. Expulsion may be necessary to protect the rights of the majority.
This is completely unfair. Our daughter is just going through a phase, and you want to throw her out of school? We won't stand for this.
I understand that you may perceive it as unfair, but it's important to acknowledge the impact your daughter's actions have on me and other students. Expulsion is a last resort to maintain a conducive learning environment. Moreover, this decision for expulsion was not made solely by me. It involved a thorough investigation by the school administration, taking into account witness testimonies, documented incidents, and discussions with all parties involved.
You're just trying to get rid of her because you can't handle her. We won't let you ruin his future like this.
I assure you, my intention is not to ruin anyone's future. However, it's my responsibility to ensure a polite and effective learning environment for all students. Your daughter's behavior has shown a consistent pattern of disrespect and disruption that cannot be ignored.
We won't give up without a fight. We'll take this matter to the board, the superintendent, and even the media if we have to. We'll make sure the whole world knows how unjustly our daughter is being treated.
If you choose to escalate the situation further, that is within your rights. However, I stand by my decision and my dedication to the good behavior of the entire student. The school is where we, the teachers, devote to the student's progression in learning, and in return, they should have appropriate behavior towards us. But your daughter, she goes against all the school discipline, and shows no respect to me, her teacher. So, I will follow the school's decision and respect all your complaints. I will cooperate fully with any investigations or inquiries that may arise.
You'll regret the day you ever decided to mess with our family. We won't rest until justice is served.
I understand that emotions are running high, but I hope you will reconsider your perspective and recognize the importance of addressing your daughter's behavior in a way that allows her to grow and learn from her mistakes. Expulsion is not meant to be punitive, but rather to create an opportunity for her to find a more suitable educational environment. After being expelled, Lily applied to other high schools. However, they turned her down because of her inappropriate behavior with her old teacher. Lily and her parents had to come and apologize to Ms. Thompson and promise to change their attitude in the future. They had to move to another city to seek a place to learn, but it seemed very hard because her mistake was so severe. Luckily, she was received to learn in a small school in the suburb. From that moment on, she started to behave nicely and respectfully toward everyone.
How are you feeling right now, Henry? Were you shocked by what we were doing together? Of course, you were. How could you not be? I bet you'll be traumatized for life from the scene you just stumbled into.
No, it's not Lucy. I just left there because I was disappointed in you. It would take a lot more than that to really shock me. Besides, I knew you were gonna be there from the beginning anyway. That's why I went out of my way to go home at this time. So I could catch you in the act along with him. I just wanted to see it with my own 2 eyes.
Oh. That makes a lot of sense now. I was thinking maybe you were finally catching on to what was actually going on. I thought today might be the day you finally figured it out and tried to confront me. But I also wondered how long it was going to take you to notice. You did come home earlier than usual today too. Turns out you really did plan this whole thing so you can burst in on us so you could finally feel better about your nagging little suspicions. That is so lame of you. I bet that small feeling of victory has passed now and you're feeling pretty terrible about finding out the truth. But anyway, that's unfortunate for you. Because I'm all ready to divorce you. I don't even care even though you saw us together. I was going to leave you for him sooner or later anyway. All you did was speed up the process for us. So actually, thank you for that. We are forever in your debt. I won't forget your sacrifice.
Well, that figures, I guess. Even though I caught you 2 red-handed, you have a real calm attitude about all of this. And you were clearly intentionally getting real dirty with him in front of me. You rub salt in the wound, Lucy. No doubt, you're really rotten to your core. I'm not sure how you managed to walk around without falling apart, the festering pile of garbage that you are. Not sure you even have enough empathy to be called a human.
Hey, that sounds a little bit harsh.
Well, the one you cheated on me with was your coworker, right? And his name is Corn.
Oh, you even know all that as well. You are indeed little stalker, Henry. Okay, if you know that much I'll tell you. We had been working with each other before officially dating.
Whatever, it's now my problem anymore.
How cold can you be? We are husband and wife, you know. Sworn to stay together for better or worse. Well, jokes aside, maybe that's only natural. You don't want a romantic novel-length story about the man who stole your wife off you, do you?
Well, honestly, not at all. How could I get interested about something so stupid and vapid? But anyway, when I saw it all happen in person today, it went a long way towards me making up my mind. So now I can just ask this favor of you without any hesitation whatsoever. Please divorce me as soon as you can.
Oh, where does such a sudden and strong conviction come from? Well, I can't say that I expected that from you. Perhaps you expected something different from our little conversation.
What do you mean by expecting something different, exactly?
Maybe you want me to beg you not to go or something like that. What a pity though, it wasn't all soppy and sentimental like you expected. The truth is, I was just itching to drop you as soon as I possibly could.
Oh, that's not what I expected at all. I'm not naive enough to think that someone who betrayed my trust would just roll over and one-sidedly apologize. But I must admit, I did think you were gonna maybe panic a little more. You seemed almost too calm for someone who was in your situation. You might even say that you looked so confident. It was as if you played that scenario of me catching you in your head beforehand.
Well, what a pity for you in that case. Well, looking back on it, maybe I didn't know you so well as I thought I did, after all. Well, these things can't be helped. Love is full of mysteries and surprises like this, isn't it? Because I fell in love with my dear Corn instead of you.
Yeah, I could tell. I wonder what gave it away.
I will divorce you, then marry him. Oh, it sure sucks to be you, Henry.
I don't really care.
What is it, Henry? Are you upset with me? I bet you're going through a whole relationship in your head, trying to figure out where it all went wrong, huh? The truth is, it was just never meant to be between the two of us.
No, I'm not mad at you.
You're putting on a tough act. You can barely hold back that floodgate full of tears, right? You scratch that. You probably actually are already crying. I can picture your scrunched up face right now. Your phone screen all drenched with your own tears. Well, I'm more than happy with getting that divorce. It's just a little bit earlier than planned is all, but it still suits me just fine to be honest. I've already filled in and signed the divorce papers ahead of time. All I need to do is to pick them up and sign them whenever you want.
You already have the paper signed and ready?
Of course, Henry. Come get them from me whenever you have the time for it. But today might not be the best day for you to come. I and Corn are busy with some stuffs. You might see the two of us together again.
Agreed with that. I don't want to see something so disgusting again.
Especially not twice in the same day. Excuse me? Who are you calling disgusting? Do you want to repeat what you just said to me?
I think you can work out who it was. This should be an elementary problem even for you. You and that guy are the only people I would be referring to right now. What I'm saying is, you're both disgusting creatures. From what you're both doing, to the way you think about this whole sickening affair, even your evil, dumb grinning faces, every single thing about you and him are completely and utterly nauseating and disgusting. All I ask is that you don't ever show that disgusting face in front of me. Ever again. Tell your lover the same thing from me, that would be great.
You're so annoying. You're making me so mad now. You always have to get the last word in like that, don't you? I'll bung all your stuff in a box and get it all the way to your parents' house.
You never seeks to amaze me, Lucy. How slow you are. All my things are no longer there at the house. Don't tell me that you didn't even notice that. Just how busy are the two of you holed up in that room? Never mind, you don't have to answer that. I would much rather not have to throw up where I am at the moment.
What? All your stuffs are with you already? So you don't need to come back for it anymore?
Right, Lucy. There's not a hint of remorse from you. You should hardly be surprised that I did that. Did you really think that I would just go crashing the crime scene without thinking up a single plan just in case my gut feelings were right? Well, you always have been short-sighted in your planning like that. I mean, it seems like you really didn't think through any of what you just did. You think that if you just get that divorce from me, everything will be done and dusted, don't you? That you can just ride off into the sunset in your honeymoon carriage, and the two of you will live happily forever after? Real life isn't so black and white, you know. Even if this was a fairy tale, a vile, wicked, petty witch like you would ever be the poor mistreated heroine.
But that's all? I literally just divorced you and get married to Corn. It's not illegal to get divorced or cheat on your partner. What could possibly go wrong for us at this point?
But anyway, my point is, if you want things to go your way, you need more of a plan than just love. That's not the attitude of a person who just had a secret affair and betrayed her husband. Not even an attempt to apologize to me?
Why should I need to apologize? I told you already, didn't I? I was ready to get a divorce already. I don't need your forgiveness or your permission to marry him.
Look, Lucy. It doesn't matter at all if you were already planning for years to get a divorce or anything like that. Do you understand that you didn't simply just have an affair? You broke some major rules here if this marriage were a major sports match. You didn't just unintentionally accidentally step on the opponent's foot. You may as well have tried to pull out a knife and stab another player. In full view of the ref, the audience, and the cameras for the whole world to see.
Rules in a marriage? Are you my father, Henry? This is why I'm getting rid of you. Anyway, all is fair in love and war.
I mean, all I'm trying to say here is you're free to behave as idiotically and recklessly as you like, but you're taking some huge risks, so that means you have to be prepared to face some big consequences for you and him.
What on earth are you talking about? Did this shock of what you saw earlier send you stupid? What risk could you possibly be talking about here? You mean the risk of getting caught in the act of cheating? Like some perverted producer trying to do us dirty for some crass prank TV show? You sound like a petulant child trying to scare me with something so pointless. Interesting though, but that's a risk I can live with. It's already past anyway.
Are you being serious right now? You really think that's the risk I was talking about? Is me showing up suddenly such a huge risk that I would feel the need to warn you about it? Even though it's already happened and you don't have to worry about it in the future anymore, like I explained? I want you to really work those brain cells and think hard about this one before you answer.
What? Am I wrong about that? If not, what is this terrible risk that you warned me about? Why don't you stop prophesying in riddles though, and just spit out your great wisdom straight to me? Just get a divorce and it's all over between us, right? You even said yourself that you don't want to ever hear from me again, so even you seem to agree with me. Well, I guess my mom and dad would be pretty mad at me though. So I might get chewed out a bit, but that should really be it for me after that.
Okay, whatever. I think that's enough giving advice to my cheating wife who I'm soon divorcing anyway.
What? You're done already? But you still haven't answered my question.
You should really pay me if you're gonna keep consulting me like a lawyer. But we both know you're not about to hire me as your attorney. So with that said, let's end this pointless discussion and call it a day.
What do you mean pointless discussion?
Like I said, end of discussion.
This is getting too tiresome and repetitive. Only because you're just dancing around the issues. Just tell me directly.
I feel like an idiot for talking to you so seriously about this. You were never going to understand the point I was making anyway. But on the bright side, you will find out what I mean soon enough.
Hey, stop it. You're making a fool out of me, aren't you? See, this is exactly the kind of attitude of yours that really annoys me. There's no wonder why your woman is leaving you.
I have never once made a fool out of you. But today you have proved over and over again that you're plenty capable enough of making a ginormous fool out of yourself without any help from me whatsoever.
See, you just did it again.
You made a fool out of me again. You know you just did, like all the times you did before. There's no denying it with your attitude and those words that clearly show how much you look down on me.
Lucy, are we done yet? That's enough lip from you.
Either way, I would be better off divorcing you than languishing in some loveless marriage anymore. I don't even want to be in anymore. You're the one who will lose in all of this. You might be making fun of me now, but I am the one who will have the last laugh.
Better off without me, huh? If divorcing me would only have upsides for you, that's all fine and well, isn't it? You might as well go ahead with the proceedings then, the sooner the better. So you'll be leaving the house pretty soon.
Why would I do that? Are you dumb or something? Why do I need to leave my own house?
That house is mine, Lucy. Did you seriously forget that I bought that property when I was single, before I met you? I bought it under my name, so I am the legal owner of that house you're squatting in right now.
Then hand the house over to me.
Quit screwing around to get out of there, you jerk. Besides, I was planning to sell that place soon anyway.
So what? I don't care about that. It would be a waste to sell that house to someone else. I'm fine if you would just give it to me instead, a stranger whom you don't owe anything to. Now that would work real good from my perspective.
Well, but that's just a complete lose situation for me. Why on earth would I waste my house on you? You don't have the right to decide. I'll be heading back to my parents' house soon. I'll stay there for a little while until this all blows over.
Do whatever, Henry. Don't you ever bother two of us though. You're a lonely single loser.
Anyway, it doesn't matter what you say or do at this point. Regardless of what you think, what I'm expecting will probably happen, exactly the way I think it will. I hope the two of you have a happy life together.
Yeah, I'm not so stupid that I can't detect sarcasm. Then goodbye, Henry. We probably never speak to each other again.
Long time no see, Henry. You stingy excuse of a man who cried and claims compensation for emotional damages just because you were cheated on a little. I bet your life is just going perfect without me, isn't it? What are you doing right now? Hey, are you ignoring my texts? You're still not man enough to talk to me.
Who's this?
What? You deleted my number?
Oh, that's Lucy, right?
Yeah, it's me.
So what's wrong? What does this conversation mean? Do you really think I was insulting you somehow? I'm not sure what I did to badmouth you exactly. But there was no point in me being so polite or apologizing to you for insulting you.
You're really an awful guy. Do you think other people usually forget their ex-wife's phone number?
To be honest, I couldn't care less about you. That's how I forgot it was you all this time.
Oh, I've had enough of you. Anyway, I actually need to ask you this time. You still haven't submitted those divorce papers yet?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Lucy.
Don't play dumb, Henry. You know perfectly well what I mean. I'm talking about the divorce papers for the divorce between you and I. And you haven't formally submitted them to the city hall, have you?
I don't know why you feel the need to ask this question. I officially filed for divorce a long time ago. Didn't you get any of the letters from my lawyer?
Are you sure that isn't illegal?
What? I really still don't get what you're trying to get. It's like a return to a horror novel I put down years ago because I was too scared. You're honestly giving me the creeps.
Don't blame me just because you're the ignorant one, Henry. Don't tell me you really don't know such basic stuff. Divorce formalization is something that a married couple is required to go and submit together. You can't get a divorce finalized if it's only done by one person without the other.
Right, I'll come clean to you. I know the law well enough though. The reason why I put off formalization is that I need to handle my asset.
What? Apart from the old house, you have anything else?
Actually, a big yes. I have saved up 1 million in the bank.
Really? How can you do that?
It's none of your business. And I have to change the owner of that money to my mom during our marriage, so that the official won't be suspicious of me. Or that means I don't need to list that money into paper. I don't want her to get a cent from me, on purpose or by accident.
Why don't you tell me that, Henry? I will never leave you.
Stop being a gold digger. So I've given the paper to the hall this morning. All you should do is to wait for the official inform.
You. Is that your all plan?
You don't need to know. By now. A few minutes after that unfortunate conversation, Lucy trudged off somewhere. Since then I haven't seen her in my sight. Thankfully I don't have a clue what she's doing now because she wanders around without a fixed address. No one seems to know anything about her or what she's doing anyway. Yeah, now that the money's sorted, I really couldn't care less about her anymore. Blocked her from my phone so I will probably never hear from her ever again. That would be just wonderful.
Sophia told her sister that her boyfriend left her and the baby to marry a young rich woman.
Cleo, I'm 3 months pregnant.
What? You broke up with your boyfriend 2 months ago. Did he know there is an appearance of the baby?
Yes, but he left me and told me to abort because he don't want to responsible for that.
What a childish man.
What should I do, Cleo? I'm so disappointed and I think I will have psychological problem.
Why don't you protect yourself? There are so many contraception. Robert was a bad man. Everyone knew that, but you didn't listen to me. You give him love, time, and also money. And now he rejects the duty to take care of you and the baby. Do you think it worth?
Cleo, please don't lash out at me. Please help me find the solution for this problem. I can't tell it to anyone else except you. You are the person that I believe the most.
Do you want to marry Robert and raise the child with him? I can take the fairness for you.
No, I don't want to meet that mean man again. I just want to give birth to my baby. The parent guidance is very important that I can't bring my child to a man like that. If I let him raise my child, it will influence to the personality formation of the baby. My baby will be a bad person like that in the future.
Do you know the date of his marriage ceremony?
This weekend, Cleo.
I will go there and tell everybody about his devil deeds so that they can see his true color.
Do you think it the right way?
I don't want the girl who he will marry be treated all her life.
I hope everyone will believe in us.
Be assured, God will stand on our side.
Thank you for always being with me. Without you, I think I can't do anything, even thinking about death.
Cut the crap. I will always be with you because we're sister. But before I go to his wedding, I think you should meet the girl he will marry to prevent the marriage.
Should I?
Yes.
The next day, Sophia met Emily to tell her the truth.
Hi, Emily, nice to meet you. I'm Sophia, old girlfriend of Robert, and I call to tell you about his true face. I know it seemed to a lie because you are willing to marry him. But do you know every aspects of the person who you will live together under one dome? I don't want you to be miserable and be treated by that bad man.
Don't beat around the burst. Tell me what you know about my finest. I don't have much time to hear you. I even don't know what you saying are truth or dare. Sitting here and listening to my rival is something nonsense. Don't waste my time anymore.
Okay. I'll come to the right point. I am 3 months pregnant. And the baby is Robert's child. I have told him, but he rejected and told me to abort.
Stop talk nonsenses. I and Robert are in a relationship for 2 years. Why can that happen?
Either me have just found out the truth that he loved many people at the same time.
What nonsense! I made all his contact and also banking account.
Don't fall for it, Emily. Being women, I have to tell you that before it's too late.
Lets me sleep on this.
This baby in my belly is the proof.
No, I will believe in my husband. Seeing is believing. I can't just only hear your saying and left him.
Please believe in me.
Cut the crap. What will be will be. I will myself plan for my future. Call it a day and don't bother me anymore. I have to prepare for my wedding.
You will regret not hearing what I'm saying to protect you.
Save your breath. All bets are off.
My sister tends to go to your wedding and enlighten.
What ridiculous your sister is. Who you think you are to come to my wedding? I don't give a damn. Don't push me. Cut it out. Two of you are too tale-bearing. Come home and do something benefically.
Let's nature take its course. I will save my words. You will know all the truth when you live with him.
Oh, thank you. If you want to destroy my happiness over my dead body, I warn you that. Get home safe.
Sophia goes home and tell her sister what happened today, and her sister decides to come to that wedding.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to tell all of you a shocking news. Your toast, Robert. He's not that good. Robert was my younger sister boyfriend. During loving time, not one time he borrowed my younger sister money.
What are you doing here? Are you losing your mind?
Mind your own businesses. Keep your nose out of my business.
What do you want?
I want everybody know who you are. And what terrible you was when loving my younger sister. And let's everyone know you're such a jerk.
Do you want to die?
What you pretend to do. You think I'm afraid? You crack me up. Don't be too naive, Robert.
Fuck off. Who you think you are to come here?
I don't give a fuck about that. Sit down and listen to me.
You have a lot of nerve.
Madam, I'm sorry for creating that atmosphere, but I have to say that. Robert got my sister 3 months pregnant and left her. And when he loved my sister, he was treating on Emily. So now who can responsible for my miserable younger sister?
Don't do nonsense thing and sorry after that.
I don't pretend to deprive your husband. Don't be too sensitive, girl. That bastard? I don't regret. Robert, you're really chickened out. Why don't you say anything now? While loving you, my sister give you anything she can. You don't have your own house, she permitted you living in her home. You don't have money, she fed you, give you her money that she hardly made. Why you treated her like that? You don't have any compassion to your child lying in her belly?
Robert, looking at my eyes. Did she tell the truth?
I am.
Son of a bitch. I believe in you and don't stand anything Sophia told me. I'm an idiot. Why you treated me like that? We have been together for 2 years, and I never let you be short of anything. Today, to sit here together, I put all my life for you and hope to have happy life forever after. I'm so disappointed. Why the one I love can do that with me? Why I am so unlucky?
Robert, I don't need you to responsible for my baby and I, because I don't want my baby have an uppy father. But you have to say sorry to me and also Emily for what you made. Or at least you should feel at fault.
I'm so ashamed today because I got 2 women hurt. I don't know what love is, so I'm sorry for make that terrible things. For Emily, I think you are worth to have another better man than me. I don't have any face to look at you. I won't beg you forgive me because I'm not worth. Forget me and find the one who can make you happy.
Of course, I will marry any guys who are better than you in every aspects.
I'm apologizes to your parents too, who will believe in me and give their daughter for the bastard like me.
You should do that.
Sophia, actually, when I'm in a relationship with Emily, I had a liking for you. But the accident appeared when we drunk. I'm still love Emily and also I'm a coward so I have rejected you. Everything happened too fast. That I can't imagine and solve it logically. I'm so sorry for that. About the baby, I will responsible for it. I will send you money to bring it up and also visit it frequently. I don't have any emotion with you so marry you is impossible.
Yes, I can't love the person like you. I have heard all I want so I gonna come home. I will raise the child alone. I don't want to see you anymore.
Thank you for that. I will say sorry to everyone whom I made them hurt. Thank you Cleo for made me disillusioned.
Emily turned to another religion for healing her inner self and find some romantic left in her broken heart. Cleo and Sophia raise the baby together, and Robert lives his life in miserable and nobody want to approach him and no workplace want to give him a chance. When taking the baby to kindergarten, Sophia see a habitual shadow of a man looking at her daughter. She finds it unnormal so she decides to stalk him.
Hi Sophia, how it's going?
Robert, is that you?
Am I different?
A little bit. You look more mature in patience.
Can I take your time? I want to say something with you.
I can just give you a little bit 'cause I have to go to work.
Taught you so much. I always think about you and our baby from that day. I live with Gilady and I have the dream about living with you and raising our children. Sincerely, I follow you and from the day you give birth and I wish that I can see our children when it came to this world.
Really?
I have desire to take responsibility for you and our children.
I don't think you can change your mind in that positive way. You seem more responsible and you have love. But what do you want to say with me?
Now I am working at a technology company and the salary is quite good. I want to give a little bit for you every month. I want to contribute to our baby's matures and see it graduate from primary school to university. I also want to be with you if I have a chance. I know it seemed to have a skin like a rhinoceros, but this is all I want to say with you. I must let you know. Can you consider about that? Please help me to have the right of a father. Please, let's time prove everything. I can show you what I can do for you and our baby.
I'm so confused about that.
Although at first I rejected it, but now, when thinking about that, I'm so embrace. Honestly. Thank you for hearing me. I'm so grateful.
At first there are many problems we have to solve before we do anything. Suddenly the child have a father, they will be shocked and maybe it influences about her mental health. I will thinking about your demand and contact you later. I'm so surprised about your request.
Honestly.
When taking the baby to kindergarten, Sophia see a habitual shadow of a man looking at her daughter.
Hey Cleo, I want to talk something with you. It's very important and related to my future and also my baby. Tell me what you know about my fineness. I have just seen Robert, he follow me and my baby and watching us from the time I giving birth. He said that day he's still a loser so he has no face to meet our baby and at least financially assist me. Now, when he quite successful as a developer at an IT company, he wants to compensate for me and my baby. How do you feel? Do you feel insecure and some things like he can leave you and your child again? Are you willing to hurt again? For me, it's no longer essential because I take interest in my baby, nothing else can take her position. That's your life, if you want to give him a chance, just give it. I am not in your situation so I can't feel anything. Now you are enough mature to decide your life, don't choose or determine anything based on me. Are you understand? Yes, I just need you always be here to share with me, I will walk on my own way. Thank you so much. I think I will give him a chance. Are you sure?
Yes, but I think I need a little time to observe and then I can decide.
Yes, I think you should do that.
Thank you for hearing me. I'm so grateful.
Hi.
Hi, Sophia. It's me again, Robert. I'm a little shy because I'm anxious to know the result. I'm impatient to meet our baby.
I have told Cleo about that. I'm afraid she have preconception with you. So I ask her to receive recommendation.
Can I ask about your determination?
She's so patient and listen to me. As a sister, she look up to my decide and tell me to do what I really want.
Can I ask about your determination?
Yes, you know, if we can see a change in a positive way in a bad person, you should have altruistic to give them a new chance.
Oh, I have to say thanks to Cleo because she doesn't look at me with preconceived idea. Oh, I'm so grateful about that.
In this 2 years, I just want to make money to give the baby the best condition. And sometimes I have too many stresses that I can't tell anyone else. I forgot about my passion, my dream and purpose of life. I forgot what romantic and what love is. Thinking about these days with you in the past, I want to go through it again at least once in my life. I don't know if I still love you or not. So I think I must let time answer the question.
So what you think? I want to hear from you. Sophia, thank you for understanding and stand in my position. I will use all my left life to compensate for you and our child. Please don't reject me and take me a chance. I will treat you with all my love. Let me pick up you at your work and give you many gifts.
Okay, I will help you.
The thing I couldn't do before.
Give you a chance mean I give myself a chance too.
OMG, thank you so much, Sophia, for giving me a chance.
Yes, I will go with you.